All right, so this is where we've stopped. Anyway, are you guys already there?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
this
sir.
is where we've stopped. Okay, and then we have already answered each of those questions. And then here are the solutions. So here's the solution for letter A, which is the same with this one. Just identify whether that one is an integer or no. Okay, if it's an integer, then it is, or that ordered pair is in relation. So we have a total of 3 relations. Okay, this one, and then this one. Okay. And then next is for letter B. So we have already also answered that one. So our answer that one is true, false, true, which is the same with this one. And then for letter C, so as I mentioned a while ago, our domains is the X, which is 1, 2, and then our codomains are the Y's, which is 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so moving on. Oops. Okay, so you're going to have a quiz on this one. Okay. So quiz on a relation as a subset. Okay, so I will leave this one to you guys. This one is kind of similar with this one. Okay, just a different, different elements or different values. And then of course, kind of similar. Okay, kind of similar condition. So the other one is x minus y divided by 2. This one is x plus y divided by 2, which is also the same as an integer. Okay, and then this one is unsettable by true or false, and then this one is via multiple choice. So what are the domains and codomains of R? Okay, so I will leave this one to you. So just check the canvas for you to be able to answer this quiz. Okay, so moving on, we have here the circle relation. Okay, so similar with a simple or a normal relation, but this one is in circle. So define a relation C from R to R as follows for any xy is an element of R to R, okay, or R cross R. So xy is an element of C means that x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. So we have here the condition. So if you calculated x squared plus y squared, you should be able to get 1. Because if not, then we are not in relation. I also, I don't know, but I forgot again to remove the answers. Anyway, it's right in there, so I cannot do anything anymore. So is 1, 0 is an element of circle relation. So if you're going to compute that one, let me just remove this one, make it a little bit smaller. So we have here the condition x squared plus y squared. So the very first one is 1, 0. Okay. 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So if you're going to square this 1, still 1. And then if you're going to square the 0, it's still 0. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So that is why we have here an answer of true. Okay. And then for letter B, of course, if you're going to square this one, so 0 squared is still 0. And then the next one is still 0, of course. So 0 squared is 0. So B now is false since 0 plus 0 is not equal to 1. Okay. Is equal to 0, which is false. Okay. And then for the third one, we have here negative 1 half and then square root of 3 divided by 2. Okay. So if you're going to square this one, you will get positive 1. I think. Negative 1 to negative 1 half negative 1. No, sorry. You'll get positive 1/4. Okay. Because it's not 2 over 1. So this one is positive 1/4. Okay. So you can always use your calculator to verify whether this one is positive 1/4 or no. And then for this one, so just square this one. So you will get 3/4. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
So just multiply this one by itself, and then of course you can just cancel out the square root, and then you will be able to get 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So a result of 3/4. So 1/4 plus 3/4 is equal to 1. Okay, so that is why this one is true. So I will not put that one here anymore. So let's just focus on this one. What is one? Is -2 an element or in relation with 0? So this is our still just a different way of doing it. Okay, this is uh, relation. Okay, just a different variable. So meaning this one is in relation with circle or circle relation. So is -2 in relation with 0? So as you can see right here, from here, if you square this one, you'll get +4, wherein 4 is not already 1. So of course, this one will do nothing since 0 squared is still 0. So +4 plus 0 is +4, which is not equal to 1 anymore. So this one is false. But how about this one? So 0 squared is still 0. But how about -1? -1 squared.
1, sir.
So 1. So that is why we've got an answer of 1, because 0 plus 1 is 1. So the same with this one, with our condition. So this one is true. But how about this one? 1, 1. 1 squared plus 1 squared. So in here we'll get 2. That is why we'll have an answer of false. It's not equal to 1 anymore. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. John Francis, for participating. So what are the domain and codomain of C? So again, when we say domain and codomain, it is the set of all R. Okay, and then we say the same with codomain, it is a set of all R. Okay, so in here, as you can see, R is a real number. Okay? R times R. So of course, there's a bunch of range, or real numbers are quite wide. Okay, so we've only indicated some or few of the ordered pairs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ordered pairs only. So in this case, you could say that since this one is our domain and then this one is our codomain, so you could say that it is a set of all R. Okay, and then for codomain, still set of all R. Okay, so again, just a reminder, this one is a special alphabet wherein R is the set of all real numbers. Right, so after this one, okay, after this example, you're going to have a quiz. Okay, so this one now is quiz on the circle relation. So similar with the example, okay, it's just true or false, and then what are the domain and codomain of this quiz. Okay, so I'll give you guys 10 seconds to check on this one. So you'll be able to answer this one after our discussion. So I will publish your quizzes later on. All right, so moving on, we have here arrow diagrams of a relation. Okay, so this is another way of saying that this one is in relation using an arrow. Okay, so start. Suppose R is the relation from a set A to a set B. The arrow diagram for R is obtained as follows. So we have two conditions. So represent elements of A as points in one region and the elements of B as points in another region. So we have a total of two regions. So one region for set A, another region for set B. So second criteria is for each X in A and Y in B, draw an arrow from X to Y. So take note, from X to Y, not from Y to X. Okay, so those two are different. This one is from X to Y if and only if X is related to Y by R. Okay, so we can draw an arrow going from X to Y if they are in relation or if that ordered pair is in relation. Okay, but if not, then you don't need to draw anything. Okay, just keep it as it is. Okay. So draw an arrow from x to y if and only if x is related to y. So this is our first condition. And then if and only if xy is an element of relation. Okay, so let's start. We have here an example. So let A is equal to 1, 2, 3, and then set B is 1, 3, 5, and define the relation S and P from A to B as follows. So we have here for all elements of xy, A cross B, or xy is an element of this relation S. So take note, we now have a total of 4 variables. So set A, set B, and then the relation S, and then the relation T. So when we say relation S, it is the ordered pairs under A and B. Okay, and then the same with letter T, it is the ordered pairs below A and B, which is in relation. So for letter S, it has its own condition. So for letter S, this is the condition. Okay, so X is less than Y. So we could say that they are in relation if X is less than Y, right? So if you're going to take a look on this one, this is the relation S, and then this is our set A, and then this is our set B. Okay, so our condition for set S is X is less than Y. So as you can see right here, 1 is less than 3. So you can draw an arrow from X to Y, or from 1 to 3. The same with this one. 1 is less than 5. So you can draw an arrow going from 1 to 5. So 2 to 3, 2 to 5, and then 3 to 5. Okay, so as you can see, the rest, we didn't do anything. Okay, so we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ordered pairs that is in relation with the relation S. And then for set B, we have a predefined relation. So meaning it is already assumed that this ordered pair is in relation with each other. Okay. So 2, 1, and then 2, 5. So all you need to do is, draw an arrow diagram to that one. So from 2 to 1, 2 to 1, and then from 2 to 5. So 2 to 5. So as you can see, this one is a lot easier. Okay. Since if and only if the condition is like this. But if you have to make a computation like this one, then of course it's quite longer to calculate or to solve. Okay, so right, so we have already answered the example on arrow diagrams of a relation. Do you guys have a question or clarification so far?
None, sir.
So again, this is just another way of saying that they are in relation, or those two numbers are in relation using an arrow diagram. Okay, and then take note, it is from X to Y, or from this set going to that set. So if it's indicated that it's from Y to X, then you have to do the other way around. Okay, so it should be coming from this side going to the left side. Okay, so depending on the question, or depending on the setup. So as usual, I think you're going to have a quiz on this one. After this example, you're going to have a quiz on arrow diagram of a relation. Okay, so I will leave this one to you guys. Okay, and then you can just check the canvas for you to check this one, okay, or for you to answer this one. All right, so moving on, we have functions. Okay, so if we have relation, then we have function. Okay, so I'll make it short as possible. If we have a relation, some of those might be a function, and then some of those might not be a function. Okay, so a function has its own characteristics or criteria. So we will check those criteria one by one. Okay, so we have here the definition of a function. So a function f from a set A to a set B is the relation with domain A and codomain B. So here's the first condition. So they should be in relation. Okay, if they are not in relation, then we could not say that they are in function. So again, we have the domain and then the codomain. So domain first before the codomain. Okay? Wherein those relation satisfies the following two properties. So once you're done having a relation, so you should satisfy those two properties for you to be able to say that, yes, it is a function. So again, I repeat, some relations are not function and then some relations are a function. Okay? So for you to be able to say that it is a function, is you have to meet this criteria. So for every element x in A, there is an element y in B, such that xy is an element of function. So what is the meaning of this one? In every x or in every domain, it should have a partner, okay, or it should have a relation on the other side, which is our codomain. If that domain doesn't have a relation on the other side, or if there is at least one ordered pair that is not having a partner on the y, okay, then that is not already a function. So dapat lahat ng x natin, lahat ng mga domain natin, it should have a partner. Okay, so that is the first criteria. And then for the second one, for all elements x in A and y and z in B. So as you can see, dapat daw yung element x natin is nasa A, or dapat yung domain natin is nasa A, or nandito sa side na to. Okay, hindi pwedeng nandito sa side na to. Hindi pwedeng pag ganon tapos pag ganon ulit. One side lang tayo when it comes to function. It is from x to y. Okay? And y and z in B. So, kung papansin niyo dalawa yung codomain natin. We could see that xy is an element of function and then xz is an element of function if and only if y is equal to z. So what is the meaning of this one? So sabi dito, dapat lahat ng domain natin, iisa lang ang partner sa codomain. Okay? So this domain cannot have two partners or three partners. So ang maximum is one partner only. Okay? So kung di nyo masyado naintindihan to, we have another way of saying that one. So this one is stated less formally. Okay? Mas madali intindihan in layman's term. So every element of A is the first element of an ordered pair of F. So again, dapat coming from X to Y tayo. Okay, yun yung ini-imply ng criteria na to. And then number two, no two distinct ordered pairs in F have the same first element. So what this one is trying to say, that in our domain, it should only have one partner. Okay, there should be no at least two distinct ordered pairs. So dapat isa lang. Okay. So yung y, okay, lilinawin ko na ngayon pa lang yung codomain natin, pwedeng marami siyang partner. Okay? But for our x, which our domain or letter A, dapat iisa lang ang partner niya. And then dapat lahat sila may partner. Okay? So let me give you guys an idea or a pinaka-exact. Meron ba dito? Wala. So bigyan ko lang kayo ng perfect example for this one. Okay, so nasa classroom tayo. Katatapos nyo ng exam, midterm exam. Okay? So of course, kapag katatapos nyo ng midterm exam, lahat kayo magkakaroon na ng computed grade or computed midterm grade. So let's say meron tayong student na si Juan. And then we have Michael. And then Angelo. Parang isang pangalan lang to ng tao. Juan, Michael, Angelo. Okay, so tatlong tao to. Juan, Michael, and then Angelo. And then this one is our, let's say, set A. Okay, set A natin siya. And then meron tayong mga grades, of course, which is the set B. Okay, so sabihin na natin meron tayong 75, meron tayong mataas, kahit pa paano, 90, meron tayong kalamtaman lang, let's say 85, and then meron pa tayong isa, say 78. Yan. Okay? So, ito yung pinaka-condition natin para masabi natin A is a function to set B. Okay? So, again, dapat lahat ng nasa set A is my partner sa set B. Okay? So for example, 1 has a grade of 75. So itapat ko na lang para madali, para hindi kayo mahirapan. 1 has a grade of 75. Michael has a grade of 90. And then Angela has a grade of 85. Okay? So kapag ganun yung sequence or ganun yung situation, so 1, 75, Michael 90, Angela 85, then this one is already a function. Okay? Or pwede ko naman gawing, let's say, 1 has a grade of 90, Michael has a grade of 90, and then Angelo has a grade of 85. So as you can see, naulit yung letter B natin. Okay? This one, or that kind of example, is still a function. Okay? And then meron din tayong elements sa set B na hindi na lalagyan ng partner. So okay lang din yon. So that one is still a function. Bakit? Kasi lahat naman sila is may grade. Okay? So dito napapasok yung, let's say, si 1, walang grade. Pero si Michael may grade na 90. No grade. Hindi pa rin eh. So let's say, imagine nyo na lang, okay? Si 1 walang grade, hindi nabigyan ng grade. Si Michael may grade na 90, si Angelo may grade na 85. So if that is the situation or if that is the case, then that one is not a function. Okay? So hindi na siya function kasi sa klase, kahit let's say puro 0 yung nakukuha mo, okay, dapat may grade ka pa rin, which is let's say 71. Okay? Pero in this case, walang grade si 1. So this one is not a function anymore. Okay? So are you guys listening? Are you guys there?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Alright. So, again, dapat iisa lang yung partner ni ng set A natin or ng X. So, another example is, let's say si 1, merong grade ng 75 and then at the same time, meron pa siyang grade na 90. Okay, so dalawa yung grade ni 1, 75 and then 90. So again, that is not a function anymore since, of course, sa klase, dapat isa lang grade mo. So kahina-hinala na yun. That is not, hindi na yun parang legitimate na result. Okay, kasi dalawa yung...
Miracle.
Ano yun?
Sir, naging miracle yung grade niya.
Pinakahal ng grade. O, parang ganun na nga. So, magkaroon siya una ng 75 tapos nagkaroon pa ng 90. So, dalawa-dalawa na yung grade niya. So, in that case, kapag dalawa yung partner ng isang element natin dito sa X, so, that is not a function anymore. Okay? So, the same kapag, let's say, baguhin natin, hindi na siya midterm exam. Girlfriend. Okay? So, may mga girlfriend na sila. Janice, ano ba mga ng pangalan? Hannah. And then, Bella. Okay? So, si 1, dapat isa lang partner niya. Okay? Para matawag natin function. Kasi pag si 1, may partner ng Janice, tapos may partner pang Hannah, then that is not a function anymore. Okay? So, ganun. And then, si Michael, ganun din. Dapat isa lang partner niya. So, pwedeng si Hannah or si Janice or si Bella. So, kahit ano dyan. Okay, so I hope medyo na-gets nyo tong idea na to. Of course, sa GF or sa mga mag-asawa, dapat isa lang partner mo, hindi pwedeng dalawa. Maliban na lang kapag Muslim ka, which is legal naman sa kanila. Pero mostly, as a Catholic, okay, dapat isa lang partner mo. Okay, hindi pwedeng dalawa. Okay. Hindi pwedeng tatlo, hindi pwedeng apat. Dapat isa lang. So, medyo na-gets nyo na ba yung idea ng function? So, dapat lahat ng nasa left side is my partner. And then, dapat etong nasa left side, iisa lang ang partner. Okay? And then, dapat itong nasa left side is, ito yung X natin, yung domain natin. And then, going to the codomain. Right? So, we have here a notation. So, may question pa ba kayo so far regarding with this one? Medyo gets nyo ba yung idea? So you can always go back here and then look for the criteria or the characteristics of a function. Any clarification so far?
So, sir, parang... Ay, sir.
Sige, sige. Ano yun? Miss Carrio?
So sir, parang 1:1, sir?
1:1. Pero hindi naman actually 1:1. So pwedeng sa kabila, okay, pwedeng let's say si Juan partner niya si Hana. Medyo pangit tong pa na to. Balik tayo sa grade. Hindi na pwede. Okay, yan na lang. Tapos 90. Gawin ko 80 pala to. Okay? So, hindi naman 1:1. Dapat lang merong grade si Juan, merong grade si Michael, merong grade si Angelo. So, pwedeng si Juan, ang grade niya is 75. So, from 1 to 75. And then Michael is grade niya rin is 75. So, from Michael to 75. And then si Angelo, let's say, ang grade niya rin is 75. So, from Angelo to 75. So, in that case, function pa rin siya. Kasi lahat naman sila is my partner. Okay? And then, tig-iisa lang din yung partner nila. Sa right side, so don't mind kahit yung iba walang partner. And then, kahit yung iba doon sa right side is may naulit na partner. Okay? So, not exactly 1:1.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So, ganun ang setup natin. Lahat dapat ng nasa domain may partner. Lahat dapat ng nasa domain, iisa lang ang partner. Okay. Alright. So, any other question or clarification? Wala? Alright. So, moving on, we have here a notation. If A and B are sets, and F is a function from A to B, then given any elements X in A, the unique element in B that is related to X by F is denoted by F of X, which is read F of X. So this one is just a notation that this one is a function, okay, of this element, or this element is a function, or vice versa, okay? So let's have an example on functions and relations on finite sets. So we have set A and then contains an element of 2, 4, 6, and then set B contains an element of 1, 3, 5. So which of the relation R, S, and T defined below are functions from A to B? So as you can see right here, we have here the relation 2, 5, 4, 1, 4, 3, and then 6, 5. 4, 1, 2, 5, 4, 1, 4, 3. No. Sorry. Iba pala to. Iba tong graph na to. Okay? So, gawa tayo ng sarili nating graph for letter A. Ano ba ako mag-drawing dito? So, mag-paint na lang tayo. Ay, mabilis lang naman. Okay? And then, this one, say this one is set A, and then this one is set B. And then, ang initially, ilalagay nyo na is pwede nyo nang ilagay lahat ng mga individual elements. So, we have 2, 4, 6 for set A. So, 2, 4, 6. And then for set B, we have 1, 3, 5. Okay? And then it says here, our relation here is from 2, 5, 2 to 5, and then 4, 1, and then 4, 3, and then 6, 5. So as you can see right here, yes, all of them has a partner, but there is one element on set A or on the domain which has two partners. We're in ito. So meron siyang partner sa 1 and then partner din siya sa 3. So 4, 1 and 4, 3. And then if you're going to take a look on our characteristics, so there should be no two distinct ordered pairs in F have the same first element. So, okay lang maulit yung second element, wag lang yung first element natin. Wherein, in this case, letter A, this one is not a function. Okay. Not a function. Alright, so that's why nakalagay dito not a function. Kasi nga, naulit yung first element natin. Okay, but how about letter B? Nagets nyo naman so far bago tayo mag-proceed sa letter B? Hello? You guys there?
Yes, sir.
So, mas
Yes,
maganda
sir.
siguro
Sir.
kung i-memorize nyo to. Okay? I highly suggest na i-memorize nyo to para alam nyo yung characteristics talaga ng function natin. Oops. Okay. So, burahin ko lang to. Then, move tayo sa letter B. Okay, so it's the same. We have 2, 4, 6. And then 1, 3, 5. Okay, so for all xy, an element of A cross B or xy is an element of S means that y is equal to x plus 1. Okay, so ito yung condition na kailangan nating sundin. So y dapat is a result coming from x plus 1. So ano ba yung mga ordered pairs na yon? So meron tayong say 1, 2 plus 1. Okay, so ito. So 2 plus 1 is equal to 3, wherein we can find that in y. So 2 going to 3. Okay? And the next one, ano pa ba? 4 plus 1 is 5. Oh, it's 1. 4 plus 1 is 5, wherein we have a value of 5 here. So we could say that this one is in relation 4, 5. Ano pa ba? 6, 1. Wala na. Okay? So ito lang. So as you can see, meron tayong dalawang may partner but the other one doesn't have a partner. So according to our properties, so every element of A is the first element of an ordered pair. And then another thing is dapat lahat sila may partner. Okay, so for every element X in A, there is an element Y in B. Okay, such that yun, may partner dapat yung X natin. Okay. Where in this case, walang partner yung 6 natin, so this one is not a function. Okay? And then lastly, alright, so bago ako mag-proceed, baka hindi nyo na-gets. Na-gets nyo ba to? Pinalo lang natin tong condition na to. Okay? So 2 plus 1 is equal to y, which is 3. And then 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5, wherein meron din tayo dun sa y. So 4 to 5. Did you guys get this one so far? For the letter B? So
Yes,
let's
sir.
tayo.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope the others get it also. And then lastly, P is defined by the arrow diagram below. Okay, so meron tayong 2 to 5, 4 to 1, and then 6 to 1. So dito, lahat na ng X natin is my partner or lahat ng domain natin is my partner and then lahat sila tigi-isa lang yung partner. Okay, so eto kahit na ulit to, okay lang. Okay, this one is still a function. So that is why this one is answered as a function. Okay, do you guys agree with this one, letter C?
Yes, sir.
All right. So moving on, oops, meron na lang tayong 3 minutes. So moving on, after that, of course, after this example, magkakaroon kayo ng quiz, okay, which is similar with the example pa rin. So kayang-kaya yan. So it's answerable by a function or not a function. Okay, so we have A, B, and C. So iwanan ko na to sa inyo. And then, right, so tapos na pala. So saktong-sakto lang. Akala ko medyo mahaba pa. Alright, so ito yung reference kung saan nanggaling yung mga ibang information dito sa presentation ko. Okay. And then, that's it for this topic. So, tapos na tayo sa the language of relations and functions. So, do you guys have a question so far? Question or clarification?
None, sir.
Alright, so sana nga. So, kung sakaling maka-encounter kayo ng problem or ng mga, let's say, concerns nyo or clarification, so feel free to message me anytime, okay, sa Facebook ko para mas mabilis. Kasi pag sa Canvas, madalang lang ako magbukas pag mag-check lang ako or pag may ilalagay akong module. So, para mas mabilis, sa Facebook para ma-reply ko kayo kagad. Alright, so kung wala ng question, so you may now leave. And then, pwede ka na mag-breakfast kung hindi ka pa nagbre-breakfast.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Good day,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you then.
Mr. Universe.
All right, so I will now end this meeting. Goodbye.